What's going on? My name is Joe, and I practice talking on the internet. And Parker, Get a Job, Dean Withers, Harrison Jessen, I think is his name. All of these individuals are part of an emerging debate bro class. That's just a carryover and extension of the original debate bro class. The debate bro class is a class of content creators online whose purpose and function is to have what they believe to be debates and conversations over the internet. The debate bro class, at least what's emerging to be the debate bro class, is just another extension of the Democratic Party and the DNC establishment. Basically, this group of people essentially do not want you to vote or do anything that's outside of the duopoly. In this case, they want you to stay within the Democratic Party. They'll herd you within the Democratic Party, and they have no desire to actually critique power, critique influence, have any type of articulation of organizing. And they use a bunch of different tactics to make sure that their audience is captured within the Democratic Party and captured within what they do. The first wave of this sort of debate bro class was, just take a guess, Vosh, Destiny, Hassan. They all served pretty much the exact same function of maintaining people within the Democratic establishment. They all had varying degrees of intensity to that. And Destiny, you're going to have to take a little bit to an aside because his community, DGG, is a little disaggregated from him. So they're able to sort of function externally from Destiny, the content creator, which makes them more dangerous in some ways. But this video isn't about them. And then when people realize that Hassan doesn't really debate people just kind of swing at him. Vosh castled. There's a video for that. I remember I'll put it in the description. This whole castle arc thing. And then Destiny just got more and more extreme, which just turned off a lot of people. He still does debates and his function is still the same, but he's emerged into a different beast altogether. This new emerging debate bro class consists of a few that I would say pretty outright are, and probably in order of intensity, Hassan Jessen, it's Dean or Dean Withers, and Parker Get a Job, also known as Parker. They're sort of the next, there are three examples of the emerging wave of the debate bro class. And again, their function is to maintain people within the Democratic Party and to capture their audience in a way that makes sure they do not critique power, do not critique influence, or anything that actually would organize them outside of the three of them. The tools that they use are pretty much the same as the original wave, right? They punch right almost exclusively, and then use that punching right to justify that the Democratic establishment is the answer to your problems. And that's really just the strategy. The issue that comes into play is that they all need enemies of the day. And for Dean and Parker, those enemies of the day were people who entered into their TikTok lives. And they did that consistently collectively for the two of them years. And what makes that so bland over time is that nothing changes. You can watch a Parker Dean stream 3 months ago and today, and it would be, maybe not today because they're going through a whole metamorphosis like all the Democratic simps, but their content and what their arguments for never really changed over time. So you're just kind of watching the same thing over and over and over and over and over. That's effective for them because on TikTok, you're your audience is captured, but you can't guarantee that your audience is all going to stay there. And then also how like TikTok engages with content, you're going to get essentially a new wave of people seeing you every day. And you'll just get new waves of people seeing this. And then you're not looking to capture every single person that pops into your live for 2 to 3 minutes, but you're looking to get them for, like, you're hoping that maybe out of 1,000 people, you grab like 400, you grab 500, hit the follow. And it's just like this rinse and repeat over and over. The enemy of the day for the longest time were these right wingers who jumped into the arena on TikTok, and there's a never ending supply of them. Unfortunately, that leads to very unfulfilling content. If you looked at any of these people, they do not enjoy what they do. It does not matter how much they try to paint it. It is a miserable existence talking to right-wingers for 5 to 7 hours, 5 to 8 hours every day. It's a boring existence. So what they need is to climb the ladder of the enemy of the day. That's why you'll see Parker, I think Parker was, Dean especially, on things like Jubilee content. That's an easy transition for them because there's problems with Jubilee when it comes to their platforming of the right. They need a wider audience to see who they are that's outside from TikTok, but they also need a new enemy of the day that proves to their audience that, wow, yeah, my insert favorite debate bro class member can compete with the right. They can talk to the Ben Shapiros, even though their arguments are terrible. They can talk to the Andrew Tates. They can talk to these people. And again, they're just in a constant quest of finding new enemies so they can potentially herd a few of those people who watch it into the Democratic Party and into the DNC establishment. What do we do about this group of people? What do we do about the debate bro class and the emergence of that? I think we need to understand their function. And once you understand their function, it basically says, is this content for you? I would argue for most people, especially if you're working class, working poor, black, pretty much almost exclusively black, but you can maybe extend that to person of color. You can ignore these white folks. You can ignore them. There's not much to be had with their content. Now, if you are somebody who is looking for some type of political content, just understand that they're political popcorn. You're not going to, they're worse than, I want to say they're almost worse than political popcorn because they're not even, they're subjectively entertaining, but their entertainment is only at the expense of punching right against individuals and not actually critiquing institutions nor critiquing power. They will gladly admit that they're critiquing Donald Trump and they're critiquing the Democratic establishment, and that's critiquing power. But then, like, you'll get people, which has happened from time to time, who critique the power of the Democratic Party, and their only answer to critiquing power of the Democratic Party is, again, just continue punching right. So, and maybe they'll admit passively every once in a while that, you know, I have critiqued Democrats in the past. But the problem is with the idea of I have critiqued Democrats in the past is that they have no desire of people expanding beyond the Democratic Party and actually moving in a political manner that's substantive to the things that they actually care about. It's brutal. If you are somebody who is Democrat sympathetic or even just down for Democrats, and you know that content's probably right up your alley because you guys don't even try to critique power in the first place. So it's right up your alley. So if you already like Dean, Parker, and the like, yeah, just keep watching them. Like, it's whatever. But just understand that you're not getting anything of value to them and from them rather, and your time would probably be better spent like trying to understand how you can organize yourselves and the community around you. That being said, that's all I got for today, and I'll talk to you soon.